He was the best high school player that ever played in the state of Indiana.
He was the phenom in the basketball-crazed state.
Every gym we went into sold out. News helicopters landed on the baseball field. It was like going to a rock concert.
He was Damon Bailey the minute he hit high school ball. We'll never know how good Damon might have been as the next great player. Indiana in 1985-86, when Damon Bailey was an 8th grader, Bob Knight went to watch him play.
Quite honestly, that's probably when everything kind of blew up. To be recognized nationally as an 8th grader back, 30 years ago, it just didn't happen.
We knew at a very early age he was a good player. He was a step ahead of everybody on the floor.
All of a sudden, Coach Knight walks into a gym.
It was as if God had walked into the building. I wrote about Knight and how enamored he was of Damon. I guess that was the beginning of the Damon Bailey phenomenon. Back then, just the thought of Bob Knight going to see an 8th grader play basketball was mind-boggling.
People that aren't from Indiana, they don't get it.
People would not leave Damon alone.
It was almost Larry Bird-like.
People coming through, picking grass out of your yard as a kid.
He had become a folk hero. An adult would come up to him and ask him for his autograph. Bob Knight said Damon was better at that moment as an 8th grader than any guard Indiana had.
And when you're built up the way he was built up, I imagine the pressure was immense. However, I don't think it ever affected him. Nothing seemed to faze him.
Well, Damon Bailey was certainly a phenom. There's no doubting that.
The amazing part of it was when people came to see him, they were rarely disappointed when they left.
I'm the all-time leading scorer in the state of Indiana with over 3,000 points. Gatorade Indiana Player of the Year.
4-time All-State first-team player.
McDonald's All-American.
Mr. Basketball in Indiana.
Naismith High School Player of the Year Award. USA Today's All-Decade Player of the Year.
I'm sure there are others, but those are the highlights.
He was an extraordinary high school player who played his last high school game in the Hoosier Dome.
The fabulous Bailey era closes on Saturday.
Set a national high school record for attendance, 41,000 for the championship game. The team we were playing was undefeated. He just wouldn't be denied. We were 6 down with 2 minutes to go in the game. All Damon was about and all he was concerned about was winning.
Damon Bailey now. Bailey, yes, and a foul called on hardcore.
Damon proceeded to score the last 11 points of the game for us. We ended up winning by 3.
All they did was say it's going to be him versus whomever, and he beat him.
If Hoosiers hadn't been made already, you could have made a movie out of that.
And he is an honest-to-goodness folk hero.
Damon came in one day and he said, I want to go ahead and commit to IU.
You go to Indiana University at that particular time, you're going there to win a national championship.
When Knight said that his career was a disappointment, I think that hurt him, and it was unfair. Damon Bailey gave him everything he possibly could as a player, but he got hurt and was really never the same.
There'll be a lot of people out there that can question how good you were. I think I've won more games at Indiana University than any player that's ever played there. Those are the ones that nobody's going to take away from me.
If given the opportunity in the right situation, he would have been a very good player. And I don't think that ever really happened for him.
He's not going to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame, but certainly anybody who calls him a bust didn't watch him play.
Do I regret anything? No. Been able to make a lot of money because I can play the game of basketball. I don't have to make decisions based on whether I cared whether I talked to you or not.
All the hoopla that he went through, he didn't ask for any of it. And I know it had to be hard for him.
The people that, think I'm the prodigy, they're probably wrong, and the people that think I'm a bust are probably wrong as well.